Warning, the stories you're about to hear are detailed accounts of shenanigans, pranks, and some mistakes that are meant to replicate the sort of discussions that veterans have when they reunite over a cold beverage and do not depict the professional daily actions of the military at large. We hope to make you laugh, but not to disrespect our proud men and women in uniform. Listener discretion is advised. Welcome to Cammo Comedy. We got ourselves a bonus Sode, so do all the things, like, share, subscribe, and give the notification bell a little tap while you're at it. Okay, let's jump into the show. I am your host, Aaron Wolf, so we got ourselves a bonus Sode today.
Woo! Yeah, can't wait.
Yeah, man. Joining me today is the ball sack barbarian, call sign Footloose. Footloose, thanks for being on the show today, man.
That was amazing. That's going to be my new gamer tag.
I love it. Also joining us today is the man who taught me to not run with a bouncing erection because that's a good way to stub your dong. Call sign Dome Piece. Dome Piece, thanks for coming back, man. It's a pleasure to have you in studio today.
I mean, that's true. You don't want to do that, especially when you have the dong of freedom.
Ooh.
The dong of freedom needs to be beat every once in a while.
Just not when you're running.
Exactly.
That'd be pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So for those of you in the audience who might be newer to the concept here, we like to break down unique personalities from the military, right? So today we have a personality that we're going to be talking about. We're going to call this guy Ron. Now, Footloose, do you want to give us an idea as to why we have named him Ron?
Yeah, so anybody who's been listening to the show has probably heard at least a story or two about our good friend Ron here.
Right.
And the whole premise behind it is when we originally started to tell the stories about him, we have to come up with a good call sign for him,
right,
to not give away his real name. So we thought of Ron, thanks to our good friend Ron Jeremy.
The porn star?
Yeah, that one.
Okay, so what is it about Ron that coincides with Ron Jeremy, the porn star?
Well, let's just say I had a real hard time deciding between Ron or John.
Okay.
As in John Holmes, another very famous film actor, we'll say.
I don't think he was acting.
I think what he's trying to say is Ron has a big dong of freedom.
We have heard this.
So this is, that's kind of the quintessential thing. If you ask anyone who has served with Ron at any point in time, there's not a single person that's not going to know about his big dong of freedom.
Okay, so why is this?
So, I mean, as every guy can tell you, if you got a long dong, you're going to find any reason to show it off.
You're really proud of yourself.
And,
is that what you're saying?
You got to have excuses and reasons that it just falls out. And people look at it and you're like, whoa, what are you doing?
So Ron is very much trying to start a buzz.
Yeah, to say the least. That's it's kind of his quintessential key characteristic about himself that we all just have come to know and love and expect nothing less of him.
I'm pretty sure he flies that freedom dong about as much as he doesn't.
It's almost weird when I see him with clothes now. I'm making sure he's not sick or something.
Okay, so this guy definitely sounds like a unique personality. So say more about that. What is it? So he likes to be naked.
Oh,
what else is what else is unique about him?
So he's just you would never match his personality with what he looks like. He's a pretty tall dude. He's in really good shape, likes to work out a lot. So he's just, if you looked at him, he can make a serious face. He can talk. He's got a real deep voice. He can look kind of scary. Like he looks like the stereotypical military dude. You'd never once look at him and be like, I bet he just flops his dong around all the time.
Yes. So he looks serious, but he likes to have a good time.
Yeah, literally like his number one goal here, even with the dong showing, is just to make people laugh. It's to elicit reactions. It's to never take the military too seriously. No matter what we're trained to do, he always found a very good balance of making sure everyone was having a good time and not getting too uptight and stressed, and he would just do that through his humor.
He's also a seriously smart guy. He ran a well-known financial institution, right? And he played college ball. Did
he do it in the nude?
Well, maybe.
The first nudist.
It wouldn't surprise me one bit.
Hedge fund.
How he gained clients.
He did Zoom calls. He'd have a shirt on, just not pants.
He also played college baseball. So he's
shit.
a heck of an athlete, super smart guy. You know,
Credentialed, it sounds like.
Yeah, as Footloose said, like he's not necessarily the guy you would expect is just walking around naked all the time, right?
So another important thing to point out is, again, his unassuming personality, but also his other hobbies. As we discussed, he's very, masculine, stereotypical military dude.
Right.
But he's got, how should we put it, kind of really femme hobbies, shall we say?
Okay. Say more about that. What do you mean by having femme hobbies?
So, for example, we're obviously friends in the real world here.
Okay.
And around Christmas time, he sent me a text and asked if I wanted some of his homemade potpourri.
Get the fuck out of here.
And I thought it was a joke. And I'm like sitting here trying, I'm like, this has got to be fucking code. I'm not getting this, like, and I'm trying to Google, like, look up on Urban Dictionary, like, what the fuck is potpourri code for now?
Yeah.
Thinking he's going to come, like, shit on my porch or something. Oh, I left it. I couldn't.
Called the shit poop.
Yeah.
I could not figure it out. And so I was like, too curious. I was like, yeah, man, absolutely. That sounds great. So he literally comes to my house and hands me a mason jar with homemade ingredients to make potpourri, like a stick of cinnamon, some, honey. Like, I don't even know what all was in there, just the typical ingredients to use. And then he had a hand-printed card of instructions of how you pour these ingredients into a saucepan.
His girlfriend had to have
You
made
add
these.
some vanilla. You add this. You heat it for a little while, and then it's supposed to like put a nice aroma in the air.
Get out of, how do you know that his this wasn't a re-gift?
Because I wasn't the only one who got this. He did this for a bunch of other people in our friend group.
This has to be a troll.
He makes it every year.
What?
He has a list of people, and he makes it every year.
Okay.
Not only that, as Footloose said, he is a masculine guy. I always say, there's lowercase y's and uppercase y's. We all have a Y chromosome. Some of us just have uppercase and some lower. He's definitely an uppercase Y.
I like that.
However, it was nothing for me to come in.
Sounds
and
like
he would be in our control center, and he's sitting there, and here's this tall, well-built, athletic, masculine guy, and he's crocheting. I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, we got our rifles, we got all our weapons, all stuff, and he's sitting there kicked back crocheting. I'm like,
all the military gear, everything.
Yeah.
This fucker's crocheting.
yeah, he's crocheting. And I'm like, what are you making? And he's like, it helps relax me. And I'm like, shut up. Like, I'm with you. I'm like, are you trolling? Are you trolling us right now? Or are you messing with us? And he's like, no.
But he was serious.
No, yeah, he would do it all the time.
100% serious.
He'd make stuff. He'd be like, you want this? Do you want me to make you something? No.
This guy's a Renaissance man.
No, I don't want you to make me something. I'm good.
Well, to the point with that potpourri, he dropped it off, right? So every year I have a big family get together at my house that I host, and so he brought me this nice gift, and I was like, well, shit. I mean, I should make this, I guess. So I followed the instructions, made my house smell amazing. He was very well done, to the point where I guess my wife had relayed to her mom about that one of my military buddies had dropped off some potpourri that I was cooking, like kind of laughing that I was even doing this in the first place.
Yeah, this does sound quite off-brand.
So she comes up to me and she's like, oh, is this the thing your gay military buddy made for you?
Oh, wow.
Which I texted to him and he found absolutely hysterical.
yeah.
It sounds like this guy's got a great sense of humor.
Yeah, doesn't get offended by anything, just loves every form of humor.
Well, at least you were on the potpourri list. I was on his phone text group list. Every holiday, he would come out with some sort of picture where he would be naked. And just whatever that holiday was, he would have it something with that holiday covering his dong. So, like, if it was 4th of July, he would get a flag that was the size of his dong and just hold it over his dong. Yeah, right? Like, and then Thanksgiving comes by. I got a turkey drumstick, a smoked turkey leg. There he is, covering his dong. He's completely naked, covering his dong. Like, you name it,
So he had holiday-themed nudes.
Yes.
That is amazing. That he would send to all of his guy friends.
Yeah, no girls, gross.
And look, he, in this group chat was like the top leaders, like our leadership team. And I mean, like,
Sounds like old Ron just really likes to be naked. So why are you hating on him?
Well, actually, you reminded me. I did get one year. I totally forgot until you just brought this up. The combination of his crocheting and his holiday cards, I got one of a hand-knitted Do you guys remember the Snuggie that they made commercials for? Is like
There's
the wearable blanket.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they made one called the Tuggy, which was just a wearable sleeve crocheted for your dong. Well,
Get
so he had
here.
crocheted his own, worn it on his dong,
Because the regular ones that you could buy online didn't fit.
Way too small. Yeah. So he had crocheted his own custom size here and sent it as a Christmas card, like "Happy Holidays."
Well, you got one. I got all of the holidays, and then he would travel a lot because he would do a lot of different little short mission sets that would cause him to be gone.
Right.
And he would take them like he would be naked in a waterfall, and he'd be holding a branch over his
So
stuff.
he even did the nudes themed for his
overseas. He'd be in different countries, and he'd be like, "This, look where I'm at," and there'd be like something like well known in the background, and there he is, like laying in a waterfall or doing whatever, just naked. So, something local covering him up, and I'm like, I got him all the time.
This guy's definitely a nudist.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, there was one trip he went on, and I got a picture, and he was wearing the Borat swimsuit, like the legit green mankini thong, barely covering him.
See, that's just a classic.
Yeah. Right.
But he can pull it off. He's in great shape and has a huge dong.
I also got to say, though, it sounds like a lot more clothes than he ordinarily likes to wear.
I'm sure they weren't on long.
Just for the photo op?
Yeah. He just wanted the initial reaction of showing up that way, and then he had to take it to the next level. That's for sure.
He was trying to be sensitive to other countries' cultures.
Yeah. I was talking about him being on a lot of trips. Well, he did a lot of like personal security details.
Okay.
So he would do a lot of flyaways, and he would do stuff with dignitaries. It could be political figures. It could be
Porn stars.
Yeah. just
Ron guarding Ron.
resources. Usually it was like somebody important. And so he would be gone. Well, he did a specific trip where he was with somebody that was kind of their personality wasn't real friendly, and they were kind of known to be a real jerk and very elitist, right?
Oh, wow. Okay.
And one of their rules were that you couldn't use the bathroom on the plane while they were, protecting said aircraft while those people were off doing their meetings or whatever they were doing, right?
So they don't want to smell poor people's poops.
Yeah.
No peasants allowed.
And of course, there's no power on the plane, so you can't really flush it, but they were like, you can't even use it. Well, what do you do when you're out there for 12 hours or whatever? So
got to take a shit right there on the runway.
Yeah, right? So
he didn't have a gym bag.
I'm sure that's not going to be an awkward photo op for him.
He was telling me, like, he had this bag, so he would just get a bag, like any kind of bag he could, and he'd drape it, he'd put it around the toilet bowl.
You mean like a plastic bag?
Yeah, like a plastic bag to catch it and then dispose of it, right? Because this person would really have they would like really break down and be a real jerk if they knew it happened. And he's like, so I'm sitting there, I'm doing my business. He says, and I stand up and I realize that one side of the bag had come loose. and he's like, and dude, I took a giant dump. Like, it was huge. Right? And he's not a small guy. We said he's not a small guy. He's like,
right.
He's probably 6'4", right? He's a pretty big guy. He's like, and it smeared all over the inside of the bowl. Right? He's like, so I'm like, man, you got to be kidding me. So he's like, I'm in there and I'm cleaning it out best I can. And finally, I just got to a point where I was like, whatever, they can smell it. He said, needless to say, when they got there, that they were complaining about the aroma in the plane, and they were all mad about it.
Well, I don't know. Nobody came on the plane. It's weird.
Yes.
So another thing to keep in mind about Ron here is, as we said, it's all about humor. He's just always trying to make people laugh, and he was great at it. Most of the time at his own personal expense. Obviously, he was proud to show off his freedom dong, but
yes.
Sometimes
sounds like he's starting to buzz, though. Honestly,
he would punish himself just for the sake of laughter. So there was a time where I was on base, and he happened to be running around with some of the other guys, and they were prepping for this mission, and so they were doing some pretty heavy PT. Like, they had probably run a couple miles at this point, had gear on their back, like just going at it. And I'm, eating Cheetos, comfortably sitting in my truck watching them. So he's going by, and he notices me staring at him, and I kind of give him like the one hand, like, hey, that looks terrible. And so he's in the middle of the run, like runs up in front of the truck and just starts like shaking his ass, doing like a little disco stew dance, just Saturday Night Fever, pumping the arms out left and right.
And this is while he's on his run?
Yeah, like he had to sprint over to my truck, stop what he was doing, put in extra energy and effort, shaking his ass, doing the disco dance, and then runs back to his group without falling behind.
This is definitely a guy I want to hang out with, because that takes a lot of
out of his way just for that 30 seconds or less of like I might get a small chuckle out of him shaking his ass at me.
I mean, that does take a lot of effort. And if you're out running,
I just couldn't. There's few people that would have even the foresight, like, I'm exhausted. It'd be really funny if I wasted more energy to go run up to that truck.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get through the run.
Yeah. You know what else he thought was really funny? When he was an area supervisor on a deployment, and I was on the same deployment, but I was working a QRF, right, which is a quick reaction force.
Okay,
and some of our other young troops were like, "Hey, you know what Ron does to us every time he comes to check on us on our posts?" And I'm like, no, I mean, I can only imagine, right?
I can take a wild guess.
What was their tone? Were they concerned, or were
they weren't concerned because everybody knows him? But I knew it was something that was probably not what an area supervisor should be doing, and.
What?
They're like, yeah,
it isn't so.
The area supervisor knocks on the door, and you go over and you check for who it is and their status, right? Make sure they're secure. And they're like, normally you open up the door, and when your supervisor's there, you report your post and you report like whether what you have. There's a certain way you report these posts, right? And it's out of respect to your supervisor and that you know what you're doing and all that stuff. Well. They would check name and status, and he would give it, and they would open the door, and they're like, and there he is. He's standing there with his dong in his hand, swinging it around, yelling, "Cockacopter!" I'm like, so they're telling us I'm standing. I'm like, yep. I mean, I can talk to Ron, but we all know this is probably going to continue.
Don't feel like I'm going to curb this habit at this point.
Right?
And they thought it was funny?
Yeah, oh yeah, they thought it was hilarious. They loved it. Like, nobody didn't think this was funny. Like, he obviously only did it to other guys and stuff like that. Like,
okay.
Yeah, he wasn't going up to female troops like, hey, what do you think?
But and the way he would do it, you can't not love the guy. Like, you just can't not. He's hilarious.
Sounds like it.
I mean, you're a young enlisted dude, and your only experience in the military of higher ranking guys have been just complete dickheads. No pun intended, but just guys that are really mean to you, we'll say.
Yeah, that was
and then you get a literal dickhead in your face
with a breeze.
Oh, this fan awesome. Feels great.
Yeah, right.
We'll be right back with more Cammo Comedy after a quick word from our sponsor. Stay tuned. With Just the Tip Tactical, Just the Tip has never felt so good. Their top-notch muzzle brakes tame your rifle's recoil, keeping you locked on target and grinning like you just hit the bullseye in more ways than one. Say goodbye to kick and hello to faster follow-up shots. Check them out today at justthetiptactical.com. That's justthetiptactical.com. Whether you're looking to improve your rifle or just want some cool apparel with an eye-catching logo, go now to justthetiptactical.com. That's justthetiptactical.com. Enter promo code WOLF, that's WOLF, for 15% off. You can't beat that. And when you patronize the companies that sponsor us, it helps us pay the bills over here. So thank you for supporting the businesses that support us. Okay, let's jump back into the show.
You speak of the fun nature of Ron. We were on a training event, and Ron was really good at his job, tactically sound, really good guy, really in shape. We talked about it, right? I was on this patio area of like the NCO club. And this is like, in this training area is like the only place to hang out. So everybody's there. Everybody's hanging out.
For those in the audience who might not know, would you explain what you mean by NCO club?
It's just like the club on base.
Okay.
And it's not, it's what you would think. They serve some food, they serve beer and alcohol there, and it's a place for you to go down, kind of unwind, hang out, get to know your peers, get to know, maybe your troops a little better. They usually have like ping pong tables and cornhole and a fire pit and
just like
stuff
a bar
like that,
you can all hang out at.
Yeah, it's
NCO
just kind of,
is non-commissioned officer.
Non-commissioned officer, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm on the patio, and I notice my beer's about done, and I think, you know what? I'm going to go on inside, and I'm going to get a refill on my beer. And as I'm walking, there's a really large window that like faces from the inside of the bar out to this patio. There's a pool table in front of it. As I'm walking by, I kind of glance out, in my peripheral, and I look over, and all I see is a large naked body sprinting through the bar.
Of course he's naked.
Right?
You guys are not kidding about this guy loving to be naked.
Everyone will tell you if you know a single story about him, like, oh, the naked guy.
Yes.
Well, I guess the combination of being like really tall, really in shape, and having a huge hog, like, why wouldn't you want to be a nudist?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
We all get it.
So he was running so fast, it didn't register between that enough alcohol in my system that it was him, right? I just saw this naked body sprinting through the bar, and what looked like Snuffleupagus slapping around, right?
Oh God.
And as I'm walking to the door to go into there to get a beer, boom, the door flies open, and there's Ron staring at me. He has the look of actual fear on his face, and he like does this back and forth look and sprints towards the nearby woods.
And you guys are friends.
Yeah, we're best. Yeah,
Okay.
we're good friends, right?
He gives you like the Bigfoot pose, like just
Yeah, no, he was legit scared, like he was running from something, and he looked at me, and he looked right past me and was looking for an escape route.
I gotta say, this sounds out of character for old Ron.
Yes.
So I can't wait to hear more.
So he sprints to the woods, and I'm kind of staring like, what in the world is going on right now? And I was like, whatever. Who knows what's going on.
wasn't worth investigating.
Nobody was
too
chasing
much
him.
into.
Yeah, nobody was chasing him. So I just walk inside, I get a beer, I come back to the patio. I'm standing there, and I see one of our younger troops come out that same door carrying all Ron's clothes, shoes, everything. And he kind of nonchalantly starts walking towards the woods. And now, as an older guy and a supervisor, I'm paying attention, right? I mean, I'm
What
drinking a
the
beer, but
fuck?
I'm like, there's clearly more to whatever's going on. And he's now incorporated younger troops, right? And so like,
I don't want to speculate too much, but I have to imagine that you're thinking like, do I really want to know, or do I want to just enjoy myself and mind my own business?
yeah,
180 pivot with beer in hand.
Yeah.
I saw nothing.
right? And so culpable deniability matters sometimes, right? But I'm standing there, and, about another 20 minutes goes by, and here comes Ron. But he's really easing his way up to the bar. Like, he's not typical Ron. And he's kind of looking around, and he's got all his clothes on. And so I walk over there, and I said, Ron, what is going on? Like, what's going on? He says, look, I was inside the bar. And at this bar, they had some deputies that would patrol around this area, or like, police officers, law enforcement, right?
Sometimes people would make poor decisions at the bar. I guess. I don't
Say
know.
it isn't so.
So they would kind of patrol the area, and then every now and then they would come hang out inside there, just kind of make sure everything's going good, and they leave. Well, Ron's like, I was standing there in his deep voice.
Oh, he's got a voice?
Yeah, I was standing in there. And I walked over to the deputy, and I said, hey, what would you do if I got naked and walked around the bar?
Get the fuck out of here.
He says, the deputy looks at me and says, I'm going to tase you and arrest you and take you to jail. Okay. So he's like, I just started walking around. I'm drinking my beer. I didn't get naked because I didn't want to get tased. He said, and I turn around, and the deputy's gone. So I thought, why not? What better time than now? So he's like, I stripped down, I got naked, I'm walking around, everybody in there's laughing, high-fiving, having a good time, I'm drinking my beer. He said, and I happen to be standing there, I'm looking towards the entrance door that goes back to the kitchen, and out comes the deputy.
Oh, God.
He goes, and now we're just staring at each other.
He thought the deputy left.
Yeah, he thought the deputy left, and the deputy just walked back into the kitchen area for a minute.
He's about to get fucked by the long dick of the law.
Whoa.
And so he says, I had a split-second decision to get tased or to sprint away. Insert where I'm walking in to get a beer, and I see naked man with Snuffleupagus trunk flying everywhere, running towards the door.
Knocking glasses off tables.
Yes.
My understanding of what he told me after the fact, he's like, it almost got to be a game of not only how long he could stay in the bar before he got thrown out or chased out, but also not everyone noticed right away that he was naked. I think he was wearing like a tan shirt to begin with.
Yeah.
So him taking that off, it didn't look dramatically different from what his natural skin tone was. So he'd walk up and be talking to dudes, especially if they're playing pool. They're just like focusing on the table, and he just stands right next to him and like borderline puts his junk right on the rail of the pool table and just tries to talk to him and see how long it is before they notice that he's completely naked with his dick out.
He would walk over to the beer pong table and lay it right in the middle as people were throwing to try to distract them.
Fuck out of here. You guys weren't kidding about this guy liking to be nude.
Yeah, that's...
And I will also say, before we get too far away from this, is I noticed that the deputy was not in hot pursuit into the woods after Ron.
No, he was not. He conceded that immediately.
Like, all right, fair enough. He's gone.
It's close to shift change. She didn't really want to tase a naked guy. I'd have to do all that paperwork.
Right?
Yeah, so...
Well, it sounds like Ron is a pretty interesting cat. Free-spirited, fun, funny, loves to be naked. What could be better for a military friend?
Yeah.
Sounds like an awesome guy.
Really made lots of good memories, not just for our military service, but I know a lot of other people. And like I said, even with the younger troops, nowadays people probably can not even wrap their head around some of the antics he got away with. But
you're not getting away with that kind of shit these
no, but I
days.
mean, understand at the time, it wasn't about always trying to get people in trouble. It was just trying to ease up the stress,
Right.
of, life in the military, and just like, yeah, this is really serious, but you can't take yourself too seriously. Like, you can be both good at your job and have a good time doing it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey, thanks for checking out the Cammo Comedy Show podcast. If you like what we're doing here and you want to participate in this community, there are many different ways you can contribute.
First and foremost, tell someone about the show. Word of mouth advertising is very powerful, and we really appreciate you helping us out.
If you have any funny military stories of your own or know somebody who does, with their permission, of course, you can contribute those stories via email at stories@cammocomedy.com. That's stories, STORIES, at CAMMOCOMEDY.com. And if you're not too good at the internet, drop us a voicemail at area code 531-222-6146. That's area code 531-222-6146.
Yeah, and if you want to interact with us throughout the week, hit me up on my socials, Facebook and Instagram. Just look up callsign Cheeks.
We have a lot of big plans for this show. In building this community to support veterans, we will announce here soon. So stay tuned. All right, I'm going to go enjoy a nice pasta salad with a little mayonnaise later.
Okay, first of all, mayonnaise?
Why do you always have a problem with the way I talk?
There's a way you're supposed to say the word, Aaron.
Mayonnaise?
That's not it.
Panaz.
That's not fucking it, Aaron. That's not...
Man, this guy is definitely a smart guy, right? He used to come in and he would sit in the control center, and myself and him and another sergeant would all watch Jeopardy together. And this guy was like, he was better than, what was that guy who always won? Jennings? Was that his name, I think?
Peter Jennings?
Was like the longest running champion there. He was like that guy. You couldn't beat this man. We would bet Rippets, of course, back then.
Ken Jennings.
Yeah, Ken Jennings, that was it. Like he would sit, and this is when like Ken Jennings was doing his run, and Ron would smoke everybody.
No kidding.
Yeah, he would just sit there and he would know all the answers. I'm like, dude, I don't even know what's going on right now. We would still bet Rippets, and I paid that guy so many Rippets. Even after I transferred bases, I still owed him like 3. I had to drive back to the base and bring him his 3 Rippets.
What I remember, you weren't bad at Jeopardy either. It's not like you were the average person who's like, oh, I know some trivia. You were in and of yourself pretty good at Jeopardy, and he was still beating you every single time.
Yes, I mean, and the other sergeant I was with, he's also a very intelligent guy. He smoked both of us. That guy lived on our Rippets. He never had to buy a Rippet for years. We would sit in there. I was like, we'd have to limit. I was like, we're only going to bet on 1 Jeopardy episode a week
because we know how this is gonna go.
Yeah,
tired of wasting all my Rippets.
Yes. I mean, at least Rippets were like 75 cents or 99 cents back then or something. They weren't they weren't very much, but.
Friendly little wager, but
basically just throwing your money down the shitter at that point.
Yeah, right? Yeah, it's like, I know I'm not going to beat you. Like, it's not going to happen.
That's good, guys.
I'm over here like a bonnet.
I
saw you like ducking down. I was like, what is he doing?
It's like falling. I'm trying to push it.
I was going to wait for you to finish your story, and I was like, that's got to be annoying. All right, cool. So we did the shitting.
You want to do the Jeez. You want to do the disco dance?
Yeah, I can do that one.
There we go.
What the fuck's up, Denny's?